boys and girls, Miss Amanda here. This week we're learning all about spring and gardening. Does anybody know what the word gardening means? Oh, grow. Some people grow their own food. You're right. Or flowers. Those things happen in the what? What season did Miss Amanda say it was? Spring, when it's nice and warm outside. So the first thing that we have to do when we do a garden is we have to have seeds to help things grow. We're going to read this story about seeds, and then Miss Amanda has some examples of some seeds that I want you to look at. So this is a simple science story about seeds. Plants need seeds. Plants make seeds. Each seed can grow into a new plant. So these seeds started from a seed and it grew into a new plant. Seeds need soil, water, and warmth to grow. Seeds back open in the soil, stems grow and roots grow down. So the stem grows up and the roots grow down. They plant the roots in the ground. The new plants make leaves, flowers, and fruits. Seeds grow inside of the fruits. So has anybody eaten a fruit that has seeds in it? Oh, what have you eaten that has a seed in it? An apple? You're right, an apple has seeds. Is there any other fruits that you might eat? Oh, the strawberries. You're right, the strawberries have the seeds on the outside. Yeah. What else has seeds? What's something that you could eat in the summertime? Watermelon! Spreading seeds. Birds help spread seeds when they eat berries. The seeds come out into the waste and fall onto the ground. So what is the bird doing here? He's eating the cherry, you're right. And they don't eat the seeds, so they fall on the ground, and that helps more cherries grow. Weather spreads seeds. Daffodil seeds float to new places with the wind. Has anybody ever had a daffodil before? It's the white one that y'all pick and it flows everywhere. Oh yeah, there are some on our playground, aren't there? People scatter seeds. Pumpkin seeds grow well into large gardens. So what is he doing here? He's putting the seed in the ground. That's called planting, and we're going to do that later this week too. We're going to learn all about these different plant parts. Seeds we eat. Many seeds are good to eat. Peas are soft seeds that grow in pods. Did you know a pea? I didn't know that. Did you know that a pea was a seed? I didn't either. Miss Amanda actually has a pea seed for us to look at. Oh, sunflower seeds make crunchy snacks. The hard seeds grow in the middle of the flower. So did you actually know sunflower seeds came from a sunflower? I didn't know that either. So there's lots of things that we eat that come from seeds. Wonderful seeds. Large seeds, small seeds, hard seeds, soft seeds. Seeds grow into new plants. Do you think that came from a seed? Yeah. And then here's the new seeds, so they make new plants. Oh, and then it shows the different parts of the plant. Yes, we have the stem and the root and the flower. The end. So I have some seeds that I want us to look at. We have different kinds of seeds. And I made these little cards to give us information about them. So these are flowers. They're mixed colors, and they're called 4 o'clock flowers. Has anybody ever heard of a 4 o'clock flower? I haven't either. But some of the information on the back of the seed package says that they can grow up to 2 and 3 feet high. That's really tall. They could grow, as some of you. And they're mixed colors, and they kind of look like tulips that open in late afternoon. So maybe that's why they're called 4 o'clock flowers, because at 4 o'clock they open up, because that's considered late afternoon. Oh, excuse me, boys and girls. What color is the seed? Black. And do you think it's like the book talked about there's large seeds and there's small seeds? So what kind of seed do you think this is? Small. So that's our 4 o'clock seed. Here's another seed that we talked about. Oh, this was in our story too. We have the sunflower seeds. You're right, these do kind of look like the sunflower seeds that we eat, but these are kind of small. So these must be dry. So these probably aren't safe to eat. And it says after you plant these, they start growing in, 7 to 14 days of planting them. And they can grow really tall. They can grow all the way up to 8 feet. That's taller than Miss Amanda. Has anyone ever seen a sunflower before? No, they are kind of hard to find. They're wildflowers. They grow in gardens. They grow in different places. Oh, this is an interesting seed. This is called a marigold, and marigolds are very, very easy to grow. They start growing after 5 days of planting them. I remember when I was a little boy, when I was a little girl like you are, that my mom would have these marigolds planted all the time, and people would come by and pick them because they could take the flower instead of the seed and actually grow the marigolds. Wow, isn't that cool? Now, when I was putting these on here, these feel kind of soft, like reminded me of a feather. So yeah, it kind of looks like a feather seed, doesn't it? Now we're moving in to another one that was in our story, and it said that these were safe to eat. These are called what? Peas! And the seeds do kind of look like dried peas, don't they? And it also said in our story that they're soft. So these must be hard so they can grow. It says they start growing in 8 to 12 days. Oh, and it takes 61 days to harvest them. So from the time you plant it, it'll take 61 days. Now, 61 days is like 2 months. So if we planted these today, it would take all of April and all of May to grow peas. Oh, we talked about seeds you can eat. These are what? Watermelons, you're right. And you can see the seeds in them. So these do look like our watermelon seeds. They're kind of gray and black. So when you eat watermelon, make sure you don't eat any because they might grow in your tummy, is what I was told. These take 80 days to grow. So they take about a month longer than our peas do. Oh, and one more special seed. Do y'all know what these are? Pumpkins! You're right. And earlier in the year, you're right, we did do pumpkins. We grew pumpkins. We tasted pumpkin seeds. And one of the reasons why I wanted to share pumpkins with you is because they take 120 days to harvest. That is the whole summer. So when you visit a pumpkin patch, the farmers that grow the pumpkins are starting to grow them now, so they're ready for the fall. That's why they're called harvest. I'm talking about the pumpkin seeds reminds me of a story. This story is called Pumpkin. And what's he doing? You're right, he's sitting on the pumpkin, and we see the pumpkin leaves. So let's see how pumpkins grow. Now remember, the farmers are starting to grow these pumpkins now, so they're planting their seeds. So they'll be ready for fall. Jamie planted a pumpkin seed. You're right, he's got the seeds like we do. Now, are these seeds big? They are. So we have small seeds and we have big seeds. And the pumpkin seed grew a pumpkin sprout. So sprout, does anybody know what that means? Yeah, it's starting to sprout. It means come up out of the ground. So do you think the roots are already below the ground? Like it said, the stem came up. And the pumpkin sprout grew a pumpkin plant. So we have to have the sprout first, then we have to have the plant, and then we have to have the plant. And the pumpkin plant grew a pumpkin flower. So it's growing. See our pumpkin flowers. And the pumpkin flower grew a pumpkin. Do we see the pumpkin? It's kind of hidden in the pumpkin leaves. It's green. So our pumpkin's green? No, so that means it's not ready to pick yet. It's still growing. So this is part of that 120 days it takes to harvest a pumpkin. And the pumpkin grew. And grew. And grew. Now, do you think it's ready? It's as big as Jamie, isn't it? Until Jamie picked it. So he said it's ready to grow. It's ready to be picked. Then Jamie scooped out the pumpkin pulp. Can y'all say that? Pumpkin pulp. Carved a pumpkin face. And put the pumpkin in the window. But why do you think he put the pumpkin in the window? So his friends can see how hard he had grown the pumpkin? But he saved 6 pumpkin seeds for planting in the spring. So it's springtime, so do you think Jamie's ready to grow his pumpkins? I think so too. So let's talk about, we've talked about our seeds, we've looked at pumpkin seeds, we've looked at other seeds that are safe to eat, big and small seeds. So I hope you enjoyed this lesson on seeds. Have a good day, boys and girls. Bye-bye.